Yo,
Yo, what's
what's
up,
up?
Doc?
What's good, y'all? Hey, quick question, Crunch. How you feel about the Draymond situation that happened last night?
I ain't like him stepping on Sabonis' chest. They were saying that it was Sabonis' fault, but I just feel like me personally, I just feel like we give Draymond like a whole bunch of passes, man. I seen him do a lot of stuff. I just didn't necessarily like it. And I think it could have been avoided. I didn't think he had to, fall on his chest like that, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. I think that I think it's two sides to that coin. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was being extra when he did it, and I understand. Like because I don't think Draymond is this athletic player or anything like that. Like I think that he got his leg wrapped up, and I think that he did have an option to step over or around Sabonis or not as in like middle of his stomach like he did kind of. But but I think that the refs need to stop letting both teams get away with so much bullshit
Oh
because
yeah,
watching this series so far, I've seen it done on both ends, and like I think they're really like I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the whistle is one sided. Like I'm not a Warriors fan or anything like that, but I do think the whistle has been very one sided,
you
and
want to
I
know what's
think that
crazy?
Draymond did that shit because he's frustrated.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what I was saying. I think he had it out of frustration, but when I think about it, I don't think he should have been ejected though.
Yeah, I
You
think it should
feel
have been a
me?
flagrant one.
Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think the whistle probably is one side.
They
I mean,
gave
'cause they've been in
Sabonis a flagrant one,
they've been in
but you gotta
Sacramento.
think about it. His reaction to the crowd and shit was crazy, bro. Like you was antagonizing everybody.
What's up,
It's
man?
Kings fans. They're passionate about a team.
Yeah, I don't
They're
think he should have
proud
got
of
ejected because
the
I like
team.
seeing all the players play. But I just think it was a
Yeah,
dumb. I'd have been mad at Drink. I'd be mad at somebody for doing that because it's like I feel like you ain't had to do that. But no,
Yo,
I agree
bro,
though.
we
I think it's
watching
one
in
sided.
slow mo. It looks even worse.
yeah, it
Yeah,
does
it looked like he, bro.
because like
A
it's
Town,
like he
A Town
stops.
stomped him.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, Sabonis is a
That was
tough
that was bad. That
SOB,
was a bad
bro.
look. I can't even lie.
But yeah, no, it's I
But
agree about it being one sided though, bro. And I think Draymond sometimes is a target, but
Was cracking.
it's either they like players like that or they don't. I feel like Draymond being the only one suspended is
Hey,
a little fishy.
that whole play was some BS,
Shout
bro.
out to Darren Fox.
That whole play is BS because if you actually paid attention,
but
the
but,
man
but the reason
grabbed his
but the
foot,
reason I
bro.
said is
The
but
man
that's the reason
grabbed
I
him
said
and
it, it
just
was
made that
it's kind
step
of
on
like
him.
Well, y'all
I don't think it's the Sabonis or Draymond fault because I think the players are gonna do whatever they're allowed to get away with. And watching that whole play from start to finish, you can tell Sabonis kind of was behind Clay, and I think Clay had good position. And I seen kind of Sabonis kind of threw himself down to the floor in an attempt to draw a foul on Clay. And I think that when you allow so much BS to go on, as far as the refs are concerned, then you pave a way for players to get hurt or things like this to happen. Like take it back to the Bucks net series the year before last. Like I was watching that game. We had a watch party for the Nets, and we were watching that game, and I can just tell how physical they were letting the Bucks play with the Nets, but they weren't really letting the Nets play that physical with the Bucks. And I said, like at the end of the day, when you allow this to happen as a referee, you're setting the stage, and if players are going to continue to do what they think they can get away with, and then boom, Kyrie Irving gets injured like two plays later. So like I think that refs have to be held accountable in making sure there's a specific type of physicality and it doesn't exert too much. And I think that that's what's going on right now. One side is being allowed to kind of do what they want to do, and the other side is being restricted, and players are getting frustrated. So when you see an opportunity like this to happen, Draymond's gonna do Draymond shit.
Right, because it's just like you said, Glock. I watched the whole thing. I was actually pissed off because the entire game, the refs weren't calling a lot of fouls and shit. They was just letting shit go, and then they was giving the other team stuff. And I'm like, come on now, let's not do this. Let's like, if you're gonna do it, let's make it fair, right? But the whole play that was Sabonis' fault the whole entire time, and then he tried to get over on not letting Golden State get out to that fast break by grabbing Draymond. Draymond tried to hobble over him, but once he grabbed his foot, he like, all right, fuck you. Want me to step on you? I'll step on you. So he stepped on him. And then that's when he tried to play like, he hurt me and stuff like that. It was a dirty play on Sabonis. Anyway,
Man,
like,
nah, man, that man Draymond, man, he put all
no,
his
no,
weight on his
no,
foot. He ain't try to
no,
lift
he
his
did
foot up
not.
or
No,
nothing.
he did not, bro. You must did not watch it. He
Bro,
did
I
not
watched it.
have his
That man
entire
did
weight
not
on
try
his
to
Nah,
foot.
lift
nah,
his.
he did.
No,
Nah,
he
I'm
He
gonna be honest with you.
purposely
I think both of y'all telling
put
the
weight
truth.
on his foot.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
both
he
of y'all
he
did.
telling the
didn't, bro.
truth.
Bro,
It's
I
just
watched that shit too, and for
because
you to sit here and blame
that's
Sabonis, come
That's
on,
crazy.
bro.
Sabonis started the whole thing. He
Yeah.
fucking flopped, and then he grabbed the man.
But
That's
listen, but
initiating, bro.
just because
That's
it's
initiation.
but just because it's Sabonis' fault doesn't give Draymond the right to do what he did though.
Again,
Yeah,
bro.
that was
Okay,
what that was I was
He
supposed to say.
slowing the
Yeah,
pay
game
attention.
down.
that's
He
true.
slowing the game down. This man, Draymond,
Pay
literally
attention
tried
to what
to
I'm
like
saying, bro.
hurt
What
this
I'm
man.
telling you is, you flopped on the floor. You grabbed my foot. I didn't want to step on you, but since you grabbed me, I'ma step on your ass, bro. Since you don't want to let me go.
Nah, but that's not
That's
basketball though,
exactly
bro.
what happened, bro.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's not
that's not
basketball.
But
Sabonis
basketball.
that's
was
what
playing
happened.
basketball. That's
But
taking
this what
advantage of
happened,
being
bro.
able to
That's
get to the
exactly what
line. You feel
happened.
me?
So
That's
wait, so wait.
Draymond,
If
yeah,
I
that's
foul
trying to
Giannis
take
on a
somebody
fast
out in the
break, he has
series
all rights
because
to
you
punch me
lose
in my
when you down
face.
2-0.
If Giannis
He
want
has
to
all
punch
rights
your
to
ass,
elbow
Giannis
me.
gonna punch your ass, bro. If he want to punch you, gonna punch you. What I'm telling you is this: it's a cause and effect to everything, bro.
That's
You
not
ain't, you
basketball.
can't listen. This ain't
That's
got
not
nothing.
Hold
basketball.
on, hold on.
Look, this ain't. You're
Hey,
not paying
hey,
attention to
Hazel.
what I'm
Hey, Black
telling you.
Hazel.
Based upon cause and
Hey,
effect
Black
rules.
Hazel.
This
Hold
how
on.
it goes, bro.
Hold on. I get what
You're
you
not
saying, bro.
understanding
I
what I'm
get what
telling
you
you, bro.
saying.
You
But
can't
listen, hold
expect
on.
the
Listen,
other
listen.
person. Hold on, though. Let me finish. You can't expect the other person to
Go
just
ahead,
be
brother.
all basketball and be simple-minded. No, it's Draymond Green who you doing it to. You know for a fact if you get in any type of tussle with Draymond Green, he's going to react that type of a way. So let's not act like that ain't like it ain't a normal
Bro,
thing.
Draymond Green is not Isaiah Thomas.
Bro,
You're
you
not
gotta
that
pay attention.
guy.
Draymond,
You
see,
sitting
that's
here
what
making yourself
you're
look
not
like
doing
this.
that
You're
to
getting yourself
You
KD.
ejected.
definitely,
He
you're
not doing that to
definitely not
KD.
paying attention to
He
what
won't
I'm
do that to
saying.
KD or LeBron. He
You
gonna do that
definitely
to
not. Yes,
he
he
gonna do
hit
that to
LeBron in the
Jordan.
balls. He punched LeBron in the balls and got ejected, bro.
But
This
listen.
is behavior
Hey,
pattern, bro. You
Black
can't
Hazel.
get it, bro.
Black Hazel.
He
But
punched
listen,
LeBron in the
two.
balls and got ejected, bro. This is behavior
But listen,
pattern,
two
bro.
things can be true at once, bro. Two things can be true at once.
I think you echoing, bro.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
else
someone's
echoing. Hey,
echoing.
listen, two things can be true at
Somebody
once though, bro.
echoing.
Like, this is the thing, right? From the outside looking in, if I'm gonna be completely unbiased, like if I didn't know who Draymond Green was and the things that he's done in the past, like as a person that steps back and looks at it, I can understand. I'm looking at a play. Sabonis tries to draw a foul on Klay Thompson, falls to the ground, grabs Draymond Green's leg. But
Right.
Sabonis
He
said he was trying
reaches
to cover
out.
up his face. But two things can be true at once. And obviously, Draymond Green doesn't know that Sabonis is trying to protect his face. He just thinks that Sabonis is grabbing his leg because that's not the first
Exactly.
time people don't wrap Draymond up and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is, just because that situation, okay, if he did try to grab your leg, I'm not saying like uh, I don't think Draymond is this player like a Kyrie Irving is acrobatic, get around you and all that. But at the same time, it doesn't give you the right to add more pressure to what you were already doing. Because I think Draymond Green tried to like trying to jump step, and when Sabonis grabbed his leg, the only place for him to land was kind of where he was. But it doesn't give
Exactly.
you the
That's
right
what people
to
not
make
paying
it
attention
more
to.
forceful.
People thinking, yeah,
without hurting himself.
But it still
he
doesn't give you the right
intentionally,
to make that.
yeah.
You were already coming down on this man, bro. You didn't need to stomp even harder because like to sit here and act like he didn't add a little more pressure to that step is is
I
is
don't
is a flat out lie. He intentionally
know.
once he was already coming down, he intentionally put more pressure on his step to stomp on Sabonis.
I
So
watched
it
it over
doesn't
and over
give you an
again. It's
opportunity
just
or
the
it
way
doesn't
he
make it
came
right for you doing
down.
that, bro.
It's just to me,
I
I
ain't
watched
gonna
it over
lie.
and over again. I think it's just the way he came down. It might have looked like he did, but I don't think he did the shit intentionally. How people trying to sit here and make it out to be. You're up in the
But
air.
that's the
You
point, bro.
listen,
That's the whole
listen.
point of what we're saying.
Again, I don't think the shit was intentionally. Period. Somebody you running, somebody just grab your fucking leg. You trying to
It
hobble over
was.
them.
He
Why do you
didn't
They
think he
even
tell
got
he
a
you
didn't even
flagrant
get the
two, bro?
run.
If it was by accident, don't you think he would have got a flagrant one? Genuinely
He
no,
didn't
speaking.
they
even
just
get to take off though.
gave it what
Draymond
they
didn't
gave
even
it
get to take
because
off.
the way that it was, bro. Because like I said, the way that it looked.
Yeah,
But
Draymond
y'all
didn't
not
even get
paying
to take
attention.
off.
Y'all not paying attention to you're taking off down court. Somebody fell on the floor, and the first thing a motherfucker do is reach out and grab your leg, bro.
But he didn't even get to take off. That's the whole point of
You
it.
feel me?
He said he didn't
Yeah,
even get
I
to
see
take
both
off.
sides of it, man.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I see both
But
sides of it,
people
but
always
like I said
gonna
though,
look
in
at
my
the game
opinion,
like them. But at the same time, you got to realize
Yeah.
the person who fell on the floor Draymond didn't do shit to
But
Sabonis
listen, but you
in the
can't give
beginning,
Bro,
Draymond
you
right?
Green the
can't
benefit of the
validate
doubt
that.
because
No
he
matter
does
how
too
you look
much.
at it, you cannot validate Draymond's actions, bro.
I'm
You
not
Yeah,
can't.
you can't.
validating nobody's actions, bro. You paying attention to what the fuck I'm telling you. I'm telling you who
Of course, I
initiated.
pay attention to what the fuck you saying, motherfucker.
I'm telling you who
Hey,
Well,
initiated.
hey,
stop
hey,
cursing.
hey,
Stop
yeah.
cursing.
What I'm telling you is, if a person initiates something, you can't expect another person to respond politely all the time.
Both of them should have
Especially
been
that
ejected,
particular
bro.
person, bro.
But listen,
You're not
but
looking
Both
at
of
listen,
that.
them.
both of y'all can be right though. That's the problem. Both of y'all can be right, and that's why I said, like, if the referees played an even whistle in this series and were
Yeah.
calling the things they're supposed to call, then these type of issues won't happen. But the issue is,
Mhm.
players are on both sides are being allowed to get away with certain things, and I think the issue is the whistle is more one-sided than anything else. And I think that the Warriors being frustrated and Draymond being frustrated counts into it. We can't give Draymond Green the benefit of the doubt because we've seen him do too much dirty shit throughout his career.
Mhm.
You can't give somebody the benefit of the doubt if they're known for doing fucked up shit. It's like
Yeah, but
if you get
it's different.
with a girl who continuously cheat on all her boyfriends and everybody knows she cheat on all her boyfriends and then you get with her, are you gonna
But you
give her the
can't
benefit of the doubt when
lie.
you think she cheating or are you gonna think she
Hey,
cheating?
Glock though. But you can't lie. Now, I give you that warrant to what Draymond Green does, but Draymond Green didn't initiate it. See, that's the difference here. Like if Draymond Green initiated that,
But
you
just
can
because
sit
it
here and
wasn't
argue the
initiated by
difference. You know
Draymond
what I'm
doesn't
saying?
excuse his
But what I'm
actions
telling
though.
you is, what I'm basically saying is, the man flopped. He saw that he was out of the play. So he knew that Draymond was on his last little thing. He done that shit. Essentially, he grabbed him because he knew how Draymond would respond, bruh. You not understanding. Even though people are not considered dirty players or whatever, it was petty. It was a petty move on Sabonis'
Mhm.
part.
So grabbing a person gives you a right. So wait, getting grabbed gives you a right
Again,
to stomp on
Wait,
somebody's fucking
wait,
again,
stomach.
I
Make that
have
make
to
I think,
sense.
repeat
I think
myself.
he.
Make that
Make
make
myself
sense. The
clear.
Listen,
same
listen,
way
listen, listen.
him kicking LeBron or whatever, it don't make sense. And then he's always
Again,
doing this
you're
at
not
pinnacle
paying attention
moments.
to what
Make it
I
make
said.
sense.
I
You don't
think
pay attention, bro.
both of them
You
supposed to
feel
be
strongly
ejected. I
about
think.
something. I never warrant that he should do that. What I'm telling you is like, if you outside, you at a bar, right? One of your friends smacks somebody in a bar.
Bro, you
You
defending this
expect,
man,
listen, hold
bro.
on. No, you're not paying attention to cause and effect. You expecting the person that got smacked to say, "Oh man, you know it's okay. I'm not gonna smack your ass back. I'm not gonna do nothing to you."
That's what I do.
Mother,
So what's
yo,
wrong about
listen,
that?
I'm paying attention to cause and effect, but if you use your common sense, if someone plucks you in your face, you got a right to sit there and knock their ass out on the court in front of everybody?
That's
That
actually
makes no
illegal.
sense. He basically stomped on this man's stomach.
Oh my God, you can get aggressive all you want
You
to. Ain't
watching
no
it in
nigga
slow
in this
motion. There's a
No, no,
difference from trying to use a light foot and bounce off of him. He stomped on him. He knew what he was doing.
that's actually illegal, by the way.
Again, like
So
I said, I didn't say what he did was right. Never said
Bro,
that.
you
So
running
what you
around in
arguing?
circles trying to defend this
What you
man.
arguing?
It makes
No,
no
I'm
sense. There's no
not. You
validation
just
for that.
feel you're just mad because Draymond stumped him. I'm telling you, hey, it was all because he did what he did. If he didn't do what he did, he
Okay,
wouldn't
but
have got
listen,
that stuff.
hold on. But what you gotta understand
However
is
you want to
just
look
because
at it,
like
bro.
you are like, all right, cool. Hey, listen, we all men in here. We all men in here, right?
Hmm.
Excuse me, we all adults in here, right? We all grown ups, or we all normal people in here, right?
yeah,
Just because somebody does something to you doesn't give you the right or privilege to do something to them. Like I'm being honest with you, right? So yes, I understand that
Hey, but
Draymond stomped on that dude or stepped
Exactly.
on him
hey, that's the
because
thing.
he grabbed
Exactly.
his
Like it's
leg.
common
But
sense.
just because you get your leg grabbed doesn't give you the privilege or the right to be able to stomp on somebody like that. And I'm not
Right,
saying like, in
but
my opinion, right? I don't think it. Listen, hold on. I don't think it was fully intentional. I don't think his
exactly.
intent, like
Now he
in his
trying to
head,
make
he
it. He
looked at
trying to
Sabonis
make it
on the
like,
ground,
oh,
was
he
like,
turned
I'm
around and
about to
looked at
stomp
him,
on this
stumped
dude.
on him.
But I
The
think
fuck?
when he
He didn't
grabbed
do
his
that.
leg,
Nah,
Draymond
because if
Green's
anything,
initial
Isaiah
reaction
Stewart
was to
should have
kick
knocked
the dude.
LeBron out immediately.
Was, was,
See, what about
But
when
my thing is,
LeBron
when he grabbed the
elbowed
leg,
Buddy
Draymond Green's
directly in the fucking
inadvertently
face?
response to being sick of being grabbed and being sick of not having calls was to inadvertently kick this dude or stomp this
Exactly.
dude in the chest. And he
Fucking
did add
stupid
more
shit.
pressure than he needed to. That's the issue. Just because somebody
I'm
grabs
not
your leg
arguing
doesn't
about
give you
the
the
issue.
privilege or the right
Honestly,
to stomp them in the chest, bro.
right. I'm not arguing that, bro. What
You
I'm
trying to
telling you
defend
is,
Draymond when homie was on the ground.
shut
That's
up. I'm not
weird.
trying to
That's weird
defend
as fuck.
nobody. Now, if
That's
if
weird as
Draymond,
fuck.
Draymond, bro, you can say however you want to feel because that's your opinion. I don't care about that. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I do not care about your opinion. You feel strongly about this. They not paying you for that.
I think,
Nah,
listen,
nigga,
I
you
think a
just
lot of
weird.
this,
It's
I
common
think,
sense. It's
I
2
think
plus
a
2
lot of
equals
this,
4.
listen,
Real simple.
I think a lot of this can be solved
It's not, bro.
if
It
the
is
refs do
common
their job.
sense.
It's not common sense because
Like,
you
nah,
can't
that's
expect
the
everybody
reality.
to
Like,
be
hold on,
righteous
that's the
all the
reality.
time.
It's
A lot
common
of this
sense.
can
You
be
can't
solved.
see it because you don't got it.
A
Bro,
Hold
lot of
on,
this can
y'all.
be
Hold on.
solved
stop
if the
playing with
refs
yourself
do their
like that,
job.
okay?
It's
Stop
that
playing with
simple.
yourself.
Yeah, the refs should have suspended both of them out the game, man. That's just, I mean, and then on top of that, how the fuck is the Warriors in the bonus after 2 minutes of the third quarter? How you in the bonus after 2 minutes? Like that something ain't adding up, bro. I don't usually blame the refs, but that just ain't right. That just ain't right at all, bro. And they
I
should have
think
kicked
that the
both of them
refs
out.
need to step up and do their job, bro. Like I see the refs, they're letting too much dumb stuff get away, and they're not calling the like. In my opinion, right? If y'all boxing out or something like that, and then somebody's doing the over the backs and all that, like I understand that. That's cool. But the problem is, I'm seeing players get pushed away from rebounds, and the refs are just sitting there watching it happen on one end, and then it happens on the other end, and then it's a call. I'm seeing players flop and fall down and get calls on one end, and the other end is not being called. I'm seeing ticky tack, chest to chest bump fouls called on one end is not being called. You set like I know we like to think that these players set the tone for the games. The players really don't set the tones for the games. It's the refs who actually control the momentum of the game because the refs are going to be the ones to slow the game down or allow the game to continue to move at a fast pace. So when you're allowing players to get away with inadvertent fouls, they're gonna start doing more. They're gonna grab people's legs. They're gonna grab people by the waist. They're gonna hold Curry when he's going through a screen. They're gonna push Sabonis out of the paint. These things are gonna happen, and the refs are the ones that are supposed to be there to control the environment so the players are playing the game the right way. But right now, the refs aren't controlling the environment, and they're letting players just do whatever they want to do and calling shit when they feel like it rather than calling what they should be calling. That's the issue, and that's how these situations happen.
So, yeah, the refs got to do a better job because you in the bonus after 2 minutes. That's crazy.
Because I have a question here.
Play, right? So we have to understand that playing physically and dirty are two different things.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but we've always had these type of players, right? So we kind of used to it by now.
Yeah, in my opinion, though, I think either let them.
No, that no
Or is that
that
just
that's
unnecessary
just
shit?
not
Yeah,
fair.
that's
That's just not
unnecessary.
basketball.
It's just unnecessary.
Yeah, that's
Yo,
true.
what's
Like
good with y'all,
you
fellas?
can't. It make that's not basketball, bro. That's
Yeah,
not
that's not
basketball. And
basketball.
if anybody played outside in the court, they know Draymond would have been got shot or some type of like physical altercation playing like that. Like
And
it's
then
nobody. Like there's no way to fucking
no,
validate that shit, bro.
it's less room for Draymond too because he's known for this. You know
but
the
listen, they
smallest
allowed
things, the refs gonna be on you.
they allowed Draymond Green averaging this fucking triple single to go around beating up on every fucking body and get away with it. If you ever watch Draymond Green through the whole season, this is him. Draymond ain't doing nothing he ain't been doing. This is what Draymond do. I've watched too many games with the Warriors, and when it comes to Draymond Green, he get leniency when it comes to the way he talks to the refs, the way he talks to the players. Anybody else would get tech instantly. Draymond could curse
Facts,
anybody out.
facts,
Draymond could
Hmm.
talk crazy to people, and they're gonna just allow
facts.
Draymond to do whatever he wants. He'll never get two techs in a game. I've never seen Draymond get two
But
techs in a game because they don't want to throw him out. The minute he occurs somebody to
I'm
throw
not
him a
I'm not
pack.
trying to stand up for Draymond, but that's literally a player like that on every team, brother. Every
Yep.
team has a
Not
player that
like
the refs let
Draymond, bro. Listen,
call
I watch
correctly.
basketball. You're
Yes,
not about
there
to
is. The
say
difference
not
is
like
Draymond's on
Draymond.
one of the best teams in NBA history, so
So you
everyone
telling
notices
me
it.
they got
And I'm not
players?
even a Draymond guy.
Hold on, I'm not a Draymond fan, and I'm not about to sit here and justify for every player. We talking about Draymond because you got Draymond picture up. So what I'm talking about is when it comes to Draymond Green,
Oh yeah, he do.
Draymond Green plays dirty. Now I ain't saying they ain't got other dirty players in the game. We talking about Draymond, and Draymond get away with more than any other player because of his championship rings, because he played on the Golden State
Like
Warriors. Because
Draymond
Draymond,
dirty and
I can't
CP3
subscribe to that notion.
is. I
I
huh?
think
can't. I'm sorry,
CP3
brother. I gotta push back
CP3
on that.
just as bad
I
as
I'm
say,
just
what
saying
Draymond.
it's
about
my
Patrick
opinion.
Beverly,
Listen,
Dylan
listen, listen.
Brooks,
I'm
Chris
not.
Paul?
Listen, I got you. I didn't.
No,
But,
because
but
you
listen,
saying we're singling out Draymond, like we're not
because
gonna
it's
do
the
that, bro.
picture.
Like we can
But
have an
C-
honest basketball
CP3
discussion.
just
We
as
can say
bad.
Draymond
hold on.
Green,
Is the
but he's not the only
conversation?
person that's getting away with bullshit in the game,
Dylan
bro.
Hold
Brooks
on, hold
just
on.
as bad.
I didn't sit here and say that no other player is not dirty. We're talking about Draymond. This whole conversation is because what Draymond did last night, right or wrong. Is it what Chris Paul did last night, or
But
is it what Stephen
But
any
but
other
hold
dirty
on.
players did? We
That's
talking
not the
about
problem,
Draymond.
brother. What you came over here saying is Draymond Green. You made it seem like Draymond is the only person
the
that gets
only
let
No,
get
I
away
one.
with
did
so much.
not. Did I
Yeah.
No,
said
they let a
Draymond
lot.
Green get a listen? What I know exactly what I said. I said Draymond Green gets away
Am I
with
tripping,
a
y'all? Or
lot.
did he not say Draymond Green gets away with the most and all that? Like, is that not what he just
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
He
Yeah,
He
he
played.
does.
did
But
He
say
what
did
I'm
that.
say
saying,
that.
I'm
He
Well,
watching.
did.
You
well,
know,
wait.
No, but he
I'm
hold
does
just
on,
though.
saying.
hold on,
However,
hold on.
however,
Draymond
you
does
want
get
to
away with a
word
lot
it.
of
Listen,
stuff
bro.
though.
Hold on, Crunch.
Listen.
Wait, Crunch want the floor. Crunch is trying to say something.
I was just saying Draymond do get away with a lot of stuff though.
Right, I'm saying I watched the game. I know
I
exactly
agree. I
what
agree.
Draymond Green get
Yes,
away
yes,
with.
we
I
agree.
didn't come here and defend the league saying they don't have Draymond is the only dirty player in the game. I've never said that. What I said is Draymond Green, this person particular, gets away with a lot more than other players. Period. I don't know what game y'all watch because I done seen this man kick people multiple times. Draymond punched his own fucking player in the face like it was all good. I know what
Right,
type of
right.
player
Thank you,
Draymond Green,
thank
what
you.
type of
If I
player
go for thank
Draymond
you.
Green is.
I've been trying to say
He's
that all morning.
he is
I
a
think that's what
dirty
ruined the Warriors.
player, and we're not. I'm
Yeah.
not singling him out like no. They don't have a Chris Paul in the game who know how to elbow you when the goddamn ref ain't looking. Who know how to who know how to do little things to manipulate the game when the refs ain't looking. We talking about Draymond though. I know Draymond will kick you when you down. I know Draymond when he step on you, he will step on your damn face. Draymond is that type of player. I know Draymond would get in your damn face and curse you out and do all of these things, antagonize players to try to get them out of their game. That is the way he played. He averaged a triple single. I know what he does. I know what he does,
That
man.
no, that's
Mm.
true.
Come on, man.
That's true.
I know
Nah, I agree
Draymond,
with
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Come on, he just all
But
No,
he
I
I
mean,
ain't
do.
gonna
I'm not
lie, yeah,
disagreeing with that.
Draymond. Like I
Like
like
I
how
I'm
you
said,
not
brought up Chris
disagreeing with
Paul.
that.
No,
He
I like how
averaged
you brought
triple
up Chris
figures,
Paul because
bro.
Chris Paul does do a lot of little
I
veteran
know.
hacks,
And
a
he
lot of a
Yeah,
lot of
averaged
but
He
you
veteran
got
do
you
hacks.
that.
gotta think about it. Chris Paul does
But
that for winning.
hey,
and he the
504.
one that get
Yeah.
away with
Hey,
it.
504. My point is this though, brother. Like, and I'm not like disagreeing with anything that you're saying, as far as that. Like, I think Draymond's a dirty player, like 100%. But what I'm saying is, like, even though Draymond is a dirty player, Draymond Green's just in the limelight more for it. Like, for example, Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is like the new version of Draymond Green, right? Like, he's the young Draymond Green version. Everyone looks at Dylan Brooks as like the next Draymond Green, right? But at
Right.
the end of the day, right, when we look at a lot of this stuff, it's not just like the things that y'all think Draymond gets away with, and he's the only one that does it because it's just that he's the only one that they're actually talking about it. Like I can name plenty of other players and plays that have happened that are worse than what anything Draymond has done. The issue is that Draymond Green is on the Warriors, so it's publicized a lot more than somebody who is not on the Warriors. Or he's known for being dirty. So even though he does dirty shit, there's other players who have done more dirty shit that we don't even talk about. Nobody talks about how D Wade ripped Rajon Rondo's showed out his socket. Nobody talks about that. Like there's
Oh,
plenty of
Kelly
other things
Olynyk.
that happen in the NBA. Yeah, Kelly Olynyk. Like we can really get into these conversations and talk about how dirty a lot of these players really are. Because a lot of these players that actually play dirty are superstar talents, are star talents that are better at basketball than Draymond, and that's the reason why we really don't talk about it. Giannis is one of the dirtiest players in the NBA, and nobody talks about it because he's Giannis. So,
Mhm.
like, I'm just saying, if we're going to keep that same energy with all of the players, we got to keep that same energy with all of the players. We can't just be like, yo, Draymond gets away with it more than anybody else. No, Draymond's just notorious more than anybody else for the dirty shit that he does. because there's other players that 100% get away with a whole lot more dirtier shit, but it's not talked about because they're more
Yeah,
beloved
no,
by the media
but
than
look,
Draymond
I
Green is.
think I think Giannis is a dirty player too, though. But I don't think those players that you're talking about, I don't think they as dirty as Draymond. When Draymond, somebody who averages triple single and don't have as much talent as them, I think he focuses more on doing dirty plays. He does more dirty plays versus the other guys who do a little bit of dirty plays because they got other production to do. Draymond
And
Green don't
yo,
have much to do out there. Everybody want to praise what he be doing, but to me, I just see a lot of dirty plays and handoffs and
but
and,
bro,
and
but
Yeah, I
open
agree with
layups.
that.
but
And then
trying
if you
to
ever
sit
notice
there
this
and
too, he only
defend
do it.
Draymond, bro.
He only do it when he losing. And like when they in a battle and the team is on that ass, that's when you see his dirtiness come out. Because you don't see
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
but I
yeah,
ain't
dirtiness
but
gonna
like
look,
in
lie,
I
other.
bro.
noticed
I ain't gonna
early
lie.
Yeah,
in
The
the
that
year,
was,
Warriors
he
have
but
always
been
looked
that
like he
play,
was
supporting that
losing,
type of
that
bro.
shit
play,
though.
Hey, look, he
Think
always
that
looked
about it
like
with
that when he
Zaza.
losing, bro. Yeah, he
Think
always looked
about it
like
with
Yeah,
that when he
that's
Zaza.
foul.
losing, bro.
Yo, Zaza,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Warriors, I don't know. I don't want to blame the Warriors franchise in itself because they did the same shit with Zaza, bro. So I just think it's weird. We can't sit here and be like, oh, but Sabonis did this, but Sabonis did this. Yeah, he did that, but I like how Glock said, like, your reaction to it made it even worse. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, you made a pluck
Facts.
turn into like a whole gunshot, bro. Like, you stepped on this man's stomach, which could have led it to something different, bro.
Right.
And maybe his
yeah.
exaggeration was OD, but when I saw that shit, I'm like, oh,
You somebody
that's
stepping on somebody.
crazy.
That's what, like, look, he had the. I think he had the option. I think he didn't even have to. He didn't have to step on that man's chest. Now he is a dirty player. He is. It's really. It really didn't even surprise me. But I'm just saying that just add more to it. You know, like that's more reason for me to not give him a pass because I've seen him do all this type of stuff in like in history, bro. Like his whole
He
career, he
always
been
do
Yeah,
it.
he ain't never getting paid over 80 million.
yeah. So
He
that's
ain't
yeah,
gonna get paid over
yeah.
80
So that's
million
why
just
I
because of
ain't
all
giving him
that
the
shit.
benefit of the doubt because he always doing stuff like that.
And then I feel like it's
Yeah,
a
he be doing
difference
some
too
bullshit.
when you're doing dirty, savvy basketball moves because they got players out there like when you called out the Chris Paul. Even see
Yeah,
somebody
Chris
come and
Paul.
say like Pat Beverly and stuff. You see a lot of these girls, they still do it. It's kind of like a sneaky a dirty. Like it's a dirty,
It's a
but at the same
veteran
time
move.
yeah, what they call
Yeah,
that's
veteran
most
moves.
of the
Like
league problem with
the
CP3.
they do the veteran type of plays. Draymond, he step on your face. Like that's
But
Bro,
but
not a veteran
but at
move,
least
bro.
Draymond is great.
yeah,
Unlike Draymond,
That
CP is great.
and you
Unlike
know so
Draymond.
or
crazy?
CP or
Draymond
CP3 will
Green is
hold
more
your
of a skilled basketball player than Dennis Rodman, just due to his knowledge. And Dennis Rodman still would never stoop to dumbass shit like that, bro. Never.
yeah, yeah.
it just like I just said, I just seen you can list his list is long when it comes to the stuff that
He
ain't
pulled
basketball
Alonzo
related.
Mourning down before he'll step on his stomach. He's like, get down here with me, boy. You ain't going
Right,
nowhere. You're not about to go to the other side of the court.
right.
Like, what?
That's why I
But
just
to,
said
but
it's
to
a
be
difference
honest,
between savvy basketball moves, veteran moves, and just blatant playing fucking karate and shit. Like Draymond
Yeah,
do some other
it's
shit.
Stomp
Like
is
Man,
he
I
trash.
mean,
MMA you
y'all
with
gonna
no
disagree with this, but
problem.
I think dirty moves is dirty moves. I don't care if it's savvy. I don't care if it's sneaky.
yeah,
And in my opinion, a sneaky dirty move is worse than a blatant dirty move. At least I
Mm.
know you a dirty player, and I'm expecting
mhm.
it. But if
Hey
I'm not
Glock,
expecting you to be a dirty player and you're a dirty player, that's way worse in my opinion.
But
hey
have you ever?
Glock.
This is what I'm saying. This is what. Have you ever went to the gym? I'm talking about real park ball when no fouls are being called. You get that all the time. You get guys going to give you a nice fucking elbow in the ribs. You gonna get
That's a
those
fact.
things all the time. But you
Yeah,
continue to play because as long as you ain't got no blood. But then the dude is not about to come kick you on the ground because like old buddy was saying before, I played basketball where you tote that thing to the court. So if somebody
yeah,
was to kick you on the floor, that's the rap for you.
Nah, see,
But
yeah.
if,
I
That's a
but
ain't,
if
fact.
I
I
ain't
sit there,
played like that.
if I'm in the post and
Man, we
and
can't
my
we can't
elbow,
compare basketball on the streets to the NBA basketball
no,
game.
I'm
I'm
just
No, but
sorry.
giving
that's
an
what make it.
example. What I'm
Yeah,
doing is I'm giving an
Nah, but we
example
saying
of
but for 504, you trying to say in the whole culture aspect of basketball, whether it's
right.
professional or not, you're just saying it's just wrong completely, right?
No,
It
what I'm
shouldn't
saying,
slide nowhere.
no, what I'm not. What I'm saying is that what I was trying to make a point is difference between playing basketball and you doing savvy veteran moves. Even though you might, it's dirty, it's dirty. We're not sitting there justifying the dirty part, but it's a different
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
levels to dirty. It's different levels to the dirtiness. Like I said, it's a difference between somebody elbowing you in the ribs and then somebody kicking you when you're on the ground. Those are two different moves.
yeah.
That's
I think.
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I
Nah,
think Chris Paul,
to
Chris
me,
Paul will do
dirty is
something like
dirty,
Chris
bro.
Paul will hold your arm or something if you trying to get a
Right. He'll
rebound.
hold you
You
or
feel?
some shit or pull your pants leg down. Pull your pants
Yeah,
down if you had to. Like that would be
yeah.
Chris
more
Paul
dirty for
pushed
Chris.
pushed Giannis Antetokounmpo while he was in the air mid dunk.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
let's not
Glock.
do
Hold
that.
on,
Like,
hold on. Hey Glock.
I'm
Oh
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I
yeah,
Like,
wanted to
on
ask
the
you
dirty
on
is
too.
the
dirty.
on the and
I'm
No,
one
not
hold on,
team.
Glock. Hey
subscribing to
Glock.
that, bro.
Hey Glock. I
Dirty
wanted to
players are
ask you
dirty
too.
players.
Hey Glock.
But
I wanted to
listen, this
ask
is
you
what I
too.
said
What up,
is
bro?
you see how when you went to pushing him in the air, that's different than elbowing him in the side. That's a different move. That's different.
Yeah, hey Glock. Hey Glock. You brought up when you
I'm
seen
gonna be honest with you.
Kyrie
I'd rather get
get
elbowed
injured
in the
against the
side than
Bucks.
get pushed while I'm 5 feet
I'd
off the
rather,
air,
you know what
off
dirty
the
is like
ground.
somebody go up and you dunk
Bro,
on them. You know
Grayson
they about to
Allen.
dunk. You know they
Grayson
going to dunk.
Allen.
You going there going
Nah,
to
Grayson
dunk
Grayson
and
Allen
you
Allen
dirty
is
duck.
very
player.
dirty. Hey, Crunch, what you was saying
That's
though?
what he did. 504. That's what he did to
No, I was gonna
Caruso.
ask
That's
you. You think
dirty.
that
That's what
play?
I'm saying. That is a
You
different
think when
dirty than you
Kyrie got
telling
injured
me.
against Giannis and them, you think that was a dirty play by Giannis? Because I had
100%
said that was a
intentional.
dirty play.
He stepped on
Huh?
Kyrie,
100%
did he, Glock?
intentional. No, no. See what he did is, and if y'all go back and watch, and this is why I say like, that's why I think dirty plays are dirty plays, and this is why I'm so big on the refs actually controlling the atmosphere and making sure the game is being played the right way. Because if you go back and look at that Giannis play when Kyrie got injured in the playoffs, Kyrie, I think, shot a floater or something in the lane. Giannis wasn't even in that play. Giannis actually came in after Kyrie shot the shot, stepped in. Kyrie went to jump for the rebound. Giannis didn't even jump for the rebound. He didn't even jump for the rebound. His foot was planted on the ground. He puts his kneecap behind Kyrie Irving, puts his right arm on Kyrie Irving's chest, and pushes him behind his knee and knocks him over his knee. And that's how Kyrie ends up twisting his ankle. That was
Yeah,
100% a dirty play. Now, I don't think that he meant to injure Kyrie in that way, but I do think it was a dirty play for him to knock Kyrie out of the air to grab the rebound and get back in transition. But like that's my thing. When we talk about players being dirty, we can't say, "Oh, sneaky dirty is better than blatant dirty," blah blah. No, dirty plays are dirty plays because that play cost the Nets an actual playoff series and probably a championship.
yeah,
Like
man.
I'm being honest, that one play did that. And to act like, oh, him being sneaky about it is better than somebody being blatant about it. They're both dirty plays. In fact, Draymond Green was dirty as hell. Got kicked out of the series, the game. Sabonis is okay. He's gonna be back next game. Kyrie Irving with a sneaky dirty play got put out for the entire series, and that team got kicked out in the second round. So like dirty plays are dirty plays, and it doesn't matter whether it's inadvertently, advertently, sneaky or not sneaky, because the sneaky plays, if you actually
But
go and look at it, are the ones where people get hurt the most.
Nah, actually, that's a great point, Glock, because when you think about it, bro, we're not trying to talk about it on some gossip ESPN shit. We actually trying to learn from this because we realize that there's different levels to this shit. But do we, like, as you said, do we all look at it as one piece? We don't look at it like, oh, one is better than, one is not as bad as the other. Just all of it is dirty, bro, at the end of the day, right?
Exactly,
I respect
because
that.
that like as a Nets
of
fan,
course, as
that
I
one
said,
play,
it's 30.
I respect that because, there's different ways to look at it.
And when you come to how he plays the game, bro, his game is so
yo, is he breaking up or is it just me?
Yeah, bro. You
No,
DM, you
no.
breaking up something else. Like, see if you
Hey,
restart your Wi-Fi.
hey, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Ain't
you
none
we
of
can't hear
these
you, brother.
plays. Ain't none of these plays got nothing on Ryan Artest, elbow, and James Harden.
Oh my gosh, hey, yo,
I
that's
remember
that's the
that.
dirtiest play I ever seen in my life.
I mean, it's
Yeah, that
actually
was crazy.
fun fact. That's actually illegal in UFC too. I mean, we playing NBA, and I mean we playing
But that's illegal in
basketball.
UFC.
Yeah, that's illegal in UFC. You can't do that.
Damn. You talking about the Ronald test play, right?
The move of Draymond was corny, to
Yeah,
be honest with
yeah,
you. I'm sorry, I don't care
definitely.
how nobody feels about it. That was corny.
Yeah, I think it was corny what he did. Like,
right.
I think, bro, like he didn't have to step on that man chest. You could have made sure your foot landed, pass him,
I ain't
even
gonna
if it
lie.
meant he had the
Yeah,
ball.
But
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. In the heat of the moment, watching the game, I was like, hell yeah, you should have stepped on him. But then after you get a day to watch it again, I'm like, yeah, that's one of them plays where two wrongs don't make it right, my brother. But they should have got both of them out the game instead of just Draymond.
But do y'all think they cater and
bro,
they enable and Draymond the way they don't call a lot of his stuff? But that's the point I was really trying to make with Draymond. I feel like he get away with it, so he feel like he can do what he want when it comes to how he play the
Yeah, but that
game.
was my that. that was my point earlier, brother. That's why I said, like, in my opinion, I think the refs are the biggest to blame for a lot of this stuff
Right.
because the
Right.
refs
That too.
control the tempo of the game, they control the atmosphere. And when you're
Yep.
not calling certain fouls, like for example, when Clay is getting pushed under the rim, or when Looney is getting pushed in midair under the rim, and you sit there and you let it happen, like of course players are gonna get frustrated, tempers are gonna flare. Of course players are gonna start playing dirty more because they're allowed to get away with the dirty plays they're already doing. The
Let me
refs
tell
are
you something.
there to make sure the game is being played the right way. And if you're not doing that, then you're just allowing the fuckery to happen.
And I
Glock,
feel
you wanna
like
know
they
what's so
do that.
funny about the refs real quick? You know how he was
What's up, brother?
do you remember that situation with John Morant talking to a fan, but the refs took it as if he was arguing with them, but she was just a big fan and
Yeah,
she
they
was
beat him up.
complimenting him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Why
Yep.
didn't they give Draymond any type of repercussions for going back and forth with those fans in the stands when he was just and all that extra shit? You see what I'm saying? After,
Yeah, I think I
like,
think I think when that happened, I think the refs were all at the screen looking at the play, so they didn't really see him over there doing that. But I think that the league should do something about that because I get it right. I like when the players antagonize the fans and the fans antagonize the players, but in that specific situation, I think that that's when you're doing too fucking much because like now a player's hurt, and even if you don't think he's hurt, like you don't do that when somebody's on the ground, bro. That's just corny.
Right. But that's why I tell you, I feel like they are enable Draymond because, like you said, with the refs not controlling the game, they don't control. They only control it because they got certain players know not to do that. You know why? Because you don't have the clout that Draymond has. I can show you rookies. If a rookie look wrong, he ain't even got to say anything. A rookie can just look wrong. I've seen it called text on rookies just because of their facial expression, not because
that's
of what they've
crazy.
done. It's just facial expression. They get teed up because they look
That's
back at the
sad.
ref with some crazy side
Man,
eye or
Tim
something
Duncan
like
got
that.
teed up for laughing on the bench, bro. Tim
Right,
Duncan
I've
got teed up for
seen this.
laughing on the bench.
But with Draymond, he gets to push the envelope all the way open. He can push it all the way open. And the refs will just walk off like, oh, that's just Draymond being Draymond. And that's the reason why I feel like that dude do whatever he want because he know he can push the envelope. And if he said something wrong or did something wrong, he would get in tech and it was gonna hurt the team. Draymond wouldn't do what he do. Period. He wouldn't do what he do.
But one thing we also got to look at, well, also one thing we got to look at, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. I don't know how many like NBA games y'all go to. Y'all also have to understand that each player is going to get treated differently because of their relationship with the refs, right? So if you
Yeah.
actually pay attention, I think the media does not show how many players have like just good working relationships on the floor with the refs. So when you see like, for example, when you see like the team is in a timeout or something, you'll see like Steph Curry walks over or somebody walks over and actually speaks to the refs and try to figure out, what's going on. They'll warn the refs about what's going on or whatever the case may be. And I think Draymond is one of those players where he has constant communication with the refs, and I think people don't pay attention to that. So of course, like when he's talking shit or when he's talking to them, they're going to allow him to get away with a little bit more. And like I don't know if any of y'all ever played basketball before, but if anybody in here has ever played AAU basketball or basketball above the eighth grade level and above, like typically they tell you go make a good relationship with your ref, go talk to the ref, go
Yeah.
meet the ref, go say hey to the ref. Be cool with your ref because your ref is going to really be the determining factor on what calls you do and don't get, and how much you can and can't get away with, right? So I think that's one of those situations where they're used to that being Draymond, but they understand him because they know who he is. We don't look at it that way because we're NBA fans. We like, yo, if Bones Highland come off the bench at the ref like that, they sending that motherfucker to the gulag. But you got Draymond Green snapping out, snapping his fingers, clapping his hands at the ref, and y'all letting him get away with this bullshit.
Right.
But different players are going to be able to get away with different things because of their relationships with the ref.
And also, I feel like it's the relate with their clout. Period. Whatever. If you can build clout in this league, if you got championships and you're a high, a high volume player like a Steph Curry, Draymond because he got shipped. If you're talking about a KD, certain players they're going to get the call or not get the call because of who they are. Period. They don't even have nothing to do with the
I agree.
relationship that he have. It's just who he is. They look at him. Oh, that's him. He
I mean,
do it
that,
all the
that takes
time.
effect too. Because I,
That,
I
that,
think
that,
Steph has one of the. I think Steph and Kyrie have some of the worst whistles in the NBA.
right.
I don't know
And like
what
I
it is
said,
about them two players, but they even LeBron James. LeBron James doesn't have a good whistle like he used to anymore either.
He said, imagine if you paid for the ticket and Steph on the bench with 3 fouls in the first.
Yeah, it's still a business.
right.
Yeah.
But I think
Who
Crunch,
played
I,
today?
my fault. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna ask Crunch, like from the conversation so far, What is your stance on this?
Oh, and Draymond?
Yeah, from all the information that we dropped and everything that
Draymond,
we shared
listen.
amongst each other.
No, I think y'all all making good points, man. You're real. It's a real. Draymond, no. Earlier I was saying, look, I understand how by calling Russ for trash. Praise of Draymond, like a triple single. And it's not all about scoring. You gotta focus on everything that to affect the game. But they don't think that Westbrook. Before he's doing everything to help the team. But they call Westbrook trash. But they say if you call Draymond trash, they so basketball because you're not paying attention. I don't know how y'all feel about that. 1 mile ahead, take exit 460 to Florida 6 West. LB says Sabonis' fault.
No, we acknowledge that Sabonis started it when he grabbed his foot. We're not disregarding that.
Yeah, I think we really got to stop. Like, I get it. Every cause has a reaction. Everything. Every action has a reaction. Cool, cool, cool. But at some point, like, you have to be the bigger person and understand what you're doing. And I think that, like, meanwhile, I don't think that was ever in Draymond's intent, but I do think he added a little extra in that situation when he tried to jump off, right? Because I think his intent was, okay, you're grabbing my foot, I'm trying to come down, I'm just gonna jump off you. And I think, like, when he made that decision, rather than falling forward or whatever the case may be, is when he became the antagonist in the situation.
Bro, in slow motion, that looked more intentional than Ron Artest's elbow. And he from the hood. He's like, I'm a time when he's gonna pass me, but I'm not gonna make no eye contact, so it looked like I did it by accident. You understand what I'm saying? But him, when you looking at it, he's looking down at him like, all right, you about to get this. Bounce.
Wait,
Like,
y'all think Artest's elbow was intentional?
bro, I'm from the hood, bro. I know he did that on purpose. He timed that shit perfectly. He timed that shit perfectly. Call me crazy if I'm the only one that think he
Wow,
fucking did
dirty
that shit on
player.
purpose.
He winded that bitch up. I ain't gonna lie, he winded her up too, bro.
Bro, like perfectly. Like, all I gotta do is not make eye contact. They cannot say anything to me. That's why they reviewed it. Like, they literally kept reviewing that shit. Bro. And if I'm not mistaken, my memory is very like with it, but I think Harden initiated something before that, and
Yep.
then
And
Ron
then,
Artest just wanted to get his get back.
yep.
Which both of, whether it's on test or Draymond, is unacceptable, bro. Like, certain shit be like, oh, that was some sucker shit, whatever. But stuff like that, bro, that's unacceptable because you could have really like hurt somebody, bro, on some crazy shit. It don't even look like you did it on a hustle play. You don't look like you did it by accident. You look like you was just trying to get yours back.
Right. Now imagine if Draymond hit that man in his stomach and break a rib.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's no way Draymond could play it off and be like, oh, that was by accident.
Mm-hmm. That was his 16th tech, I think, too. So
Right.
that
He's
means he
supposed. I
out
think
there
he gonna
again.
sit. But you got to
Yeah,
realize
he
how many
supposed
times they didn't
to.
rescinded text for him, and how many times they didn't sit. That's why I feel like the league catered to that, man. They like that. I guess because of the drama. You know, it sells tickets too. They get you talking about the league, so you got to realize the underlying reasoning behind why they allow that shit to go along too, because it sells. You know what I'm saying? That also sells for the league. That being Draymond being dirty, being the villain in the game, that sells for them. So they making money as well. We talking about it right now. They on ESPN right now. The ratings are through the roof just
That's a
because of this
valid point.
situation. So I feel like that's the reason why they allow it to go on too, because it helps them out. If they just
That's a
eliminated
valid point.
all of that, the game to feel them, they'll be soft a little bit. You know, they want this elbows and they want that stepping on because I feel like they go ahead and they cater to him. I mean,
He brings a
they
little
be
spice to the
they
games.
enable him to be able to be that type of player because I feel
Yeah.
like his talent doesn't constitute NBA status. I'm gonna be honest with you. What he do talent wise, he ain't. That's not. I know 1,000 guys better than that Draymond. Ball handling. You know, I mean, game wise, having the athleticism and playing the game. Draymond don't do all that. Come on, what you play defense a little bit, but everything else is it's bottom tier. Everything else besides him playing on defense is bottom tier. He got a bottom tier shot. He got bottom tier inside game. He don't handle the ball. What does he do? What did he do to tell me that he really deserves an NBA career like he has?
I ain't gonna lie, he's a well, due to being around the players that he has, his playmaking skills is up there. I give him playmaking skills.
Yeah, I think
Like
I'm not
I
trying to
give
be
him,
funny, but I think you underrating what Draymond Green brings to that team. They don't have
yeah.
Draymond Green there for him to shoot the ball and all of that. He's there for his toughness. He's there for his dirty plays. He's there for his
Exactly.
grit
That's you made
and
my
grime.
point. He's
You
there
know what I
for the
mean?
dirty. He's not there
I
for
mean, but he's
nothing
not the
else.
only player in the NBA that's on the roster because he plays that way. That's the issue. Like I get it, we don't like Draymond, cool, whatever, right? But like Draymond Green is not the only person that has that type of role on his team.
No, but hold on. But other players would be like dominant in a certain category though. Like another like most good role players are at least dominant at something if they
But
only
Rebounding,
Dylan Brooks ain't
playing
dominant in
hold
nothing.
on, if they only on that for one thing and they get all the notoriety that Draymond gets, usually they dominate in one thing. Like at least like Robert Ory, guys like that can actually shoot. Dennis Rodman actually was leading the league in rebounding. Like most guys, like Dylan Brooks, he got more skill than Wisman. Like Dylan Brooks got more handles and Dylan Brooks is better than Draymond.
Yeah, but we also got to understand that Draymond Green is valued the way he's valued because he's a perfect complementary piece to Steph Curry and Clay. So that's why I say like we have to understand like yeah, Draymond Green isn't as dominant or doesn't have facets of his skill set or game that these other players who are signed to NBA rosters do the exact same thing that Draymond Green does as far as on the grit and grime end of it. We have to understand that like Draymond Green is there because of what he is and how he fits with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So I mean,
but
like
I
saying
think
like, oh, he
anybody
doesn't
can
belong
fit
on the
there
roster
though,
because of his skill
because
set is just not really
anybody can fit. I
but
think
this
what
is what I
Andre,
feel
hold
like.
on,
If
I
you
think
put
what
Dre
Andre
on my, if you
Iguodala was
We
there.
don't we don't we don't
I
know
think
that
what
this is what
Andre
because
I'm
we don't
saying
Iguodala
know.
was there. I think Andre Iguodala better than Draymond.
but this is what I'm saying is if you put Draymond on other teams that had that same role, Draymond Green comes off the bench.
Right.
Draymond is not no starter on no other teams with that skill set. You're not about to tell me he's a triple single guy and he's a starter.
But like I told you though, he's not on that team starting because of his skill set. He's starting because of what he provides to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
No, but
He's
what
there
I'm saying,
because
and
of
he's not really providing nothing. He's just there, like he because they need somebody to hand off the ball to
Yes,
him.
he bring the ball to the court. He definitely provides some.
Well, I think
yeah, he
anybody can
does
do that
provide.
though.
I mean, now I
I don't
think
know, man.
anybody at this point in Draymond's career can do it because I think Draymond Green is not the player he was, 4, 5, 6 years ago. But like I think they can definitely replace him now and not feel bad about it. But prime Draymond Green and what Draymond Green has typically been over his career, we can't act like he doesn't bring value to what he brings to the team for that
I know,
table. So I
I
think
didn't know. It's not that he didn't bring value, but I'm saying what his job, like anybody can do his job. Anybody can be a janitor.
I think now, yeah, because I don't think he's as elite
He's
defensively.
always been
So
a
yeah, I
janitor.
agree.
He said he's always been a janitor. No, no,
I'm just saying I may be biased on that part though, but I've never been impressed with Draymond's skill set. Not to be a starter.
Yeah.
Not saying that he couldn't be a bench player, come off and help the second team and come in and take a big charge and get the crowd going but you telling me for to start all these years and go look at his average. Go look at the points he didn't put up. Look at the
That's what I'm
rebounds.
saying,
But
man.
That's
that ain't
that's
never
I
weird
just
to me
don't
he
think.
because
ain't
I just
never
feel like
needed.
other
There's no
players
need for
don't
Draymond to
have
do that.
longevity like that. I just feel like other players would not get that pass.
Yeah, that's
If you
because
take
the
the
things
name
that Draymond Green brings doesn't show up in the stat sheet like a lot of people
Yeah,
think it does.
right, the
it
kicks in
No,
the
but
ain't.
stomach,
no,
yeah,
but
the
we
kicks
saying
in the
no, but the
stomach.
other
Yeah, you
players,
saying that
no,
there's
but
other players that can do what he does better.
We just
hold on,
waiting on the
the
trigger
other
this time,
players
man.
that will be putting up better numbers,
No,
they also do the things that don't show up in the stat
no.
sheet. You can get a guy like Boogie Cousins to go out there and do dirty plays and hustle.
I don't think Boogie Cousins is stepping in that Draymond Green role and
We just
fulfilling that
waiting on the
properly.
tech at this point, huh?
No, he played a different position though, but like somebody what's the name position.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I respect y'all's opinion.
I get
Because
what
you
y'all
got to
saying
look
too
at
though.
it. He reminded me
I
like
get what
the
y'all
Kendrick
saying too, because you
Perkins,
still got
like
to
the
give
Kendrick
Draymond credit. No, I get what they saying too, because you still got to give Draymond credit for perfecting his job and helping him win though. You know what I'm saying? It's just I just think man, he just never. I mean, to me, he always just been overrated, man. They look at him like something that he's not.
I mean, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I do think like Draymond Green benefits from playing next to Steph Curry. I think that
Right.
most players that play with him do.
That's the reason why I said if he didn't have a Klay Thompson, a Curry, a KD playing up against him, I feel like he wouldn't have even had the career that he had. I feel like he wouldn't
Yeah,
even had the career.
I mean, but you
I
can
just
say the
feel
same
like
thing
that.
for Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You don't know if they would have had those careers without that fit of Draymond
I,
Green.
I feel like they would have, cause they
Yes,
pure shooters.
yeah. I think
They would have
Steph
still
got
had they would have. I don't feel like this is what I'm saying. I don't feel like Draymond was a significant role in any of their championships.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Show
valid,
me
bro.
in the championships
Yeah,
that
I
they won
disagree.
that
Bro,
I
I ain't
that
gonna
disagree.
lie.
Draymond
I'm gonna
turned
tell you
it.
something about this. Draymond Green is a decent, like I don't, some people consider him a perennial defender, but I think his presence is perennial. But his defense is good enough to sit there and make a difference. But his playmaking is what's key. For the fact that he's not even the primary scorer on that team was what makes his playmaking so valuable. Because now he gives everybody else that can score the opportunity to get open, cut, and
And
he knows how to play make. So
I,
he's not a person that's really gonna mess up the chemistry or the flow of the team. He's gonna either make it better or make it make sense at the moment when they're trying to
and,
come back in
answer
I
his
me this
mean,
heyday.
question.
in reals, and one thing you also got to look at too is we can sit here and say Draymond doesn't provide or what we think anybody else can provide, but
I said
hold on.
answer.
But the moral of the story is this: that team didn't start dominating, but when Draymond Green was on the bench, that team started dominating after Steve Kerr and them boys integrated him into that starting lineup, and he was able to fit that offense around what Curry needed. So for us to say like that team, this and Draymond, no. Draymond Green is a vital part of what Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and the Golden State Warriors have accomplished. And in fact, we can say that the success didn't start until all three of them went to start lineup, and that's a fact.
So answer me this question. You're saying that without Draymond Green, they win no championship.
I'm saying we don't know because it never happened, and they didn't reach any level of success without having
Yeah,
Draymond
that's
Green
like
in
me
the
No, I'm
starting
saying,
lineup.
just saying
oh,
it's
Draymond
hypothetical. That's
Green.
what debate. Hold
No,
on.
yeah,
That's what debate's about. You can have a hypothetical. You can have a hypothetical. You can sit there. It's
Well,
easy
I
to.
know this is our
That's
first time
that
talking
ain't
Oh,
about
we
it,
nothing.
but
don't
I
know because
really
it didn't
don't know
happen.
about
That's
the
a rabbit
hypothetical.
hole though. That's just nothing but a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right. Here goes scenario. You telling me you switch out Kendrick Perkins for Draymond Green when you got KD, Steph, and Klay Thompson? They don't win a
Kendrick
championship.
Perkins? No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Kendrick
mean, it's a
Perkins.
hypothetical. I mean, I can't tell you yes or no.
Yeah, listen, I say yes because Kendrick Perkins won with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen in them.
Exactly.
I think Paul
Exactly.
Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kendrick Perkins, and I think that was a different style of team with different personnel and
Yeah,
much
that's
better
a
depth.
whole. Yeah, that's a whole different
I ain't
No,
type
gonna
but
of.
this
lie. I
time,
feel like
this
without
time you
Draymond,
had
they
Steph
not running
playing
that
KD
system
though.
that they run right now. That
Yeah,
with
Yeah, I
they
agree,
that
not
bro.
motion
moving like that.
triangle shit, they not doing
Yeah,
all
hold
that.
on. You know why I think
Kendrick
they no?
Perkins
Because
ain't
you got to
bringing the
remember
ball
though.
up the
Y'all got to
court.
remember they still had Iguodala, so Iguodala can do a lot of the things Draymond was doing. I mean,
But
really, that
that's
was
why I say he takes away. Like if Iguodala was to sit there and facilitate, that takes away from Iguodala scoring. That's what makes Draymond special because he can facilitate just as good without looking for a reason to score. You see what I'm saying?
I see.
Like
No,
he's
I mean, but
basically
at
in the
that time he
school
was
park.
averaging
That
like
like crunch.
16.
That's like you being put on that team. You know how to play make. You know how to play defense. You see what I'm saying? So you gonna have a heyday if you got the Splash Brothers, Iguodala, and Kevin Durant. You see what I'm saying?
And
Right.
I think y'all are
This is what
highly
I
under.
know. This is what
And
I
I
know.
think
When
y'all are
they
highly
listen, when
underrating Draymond
this is
Green's
what I know.
ability to
If
score
Steph
because
Curry on
Draymond
the
Green
bench,
can score. We've seen it in
listen.
the
This
finals.
is what I
Draymond Green can put points on the board. He
Yeah,
can
he
break
averaged like
rebounds.
Exactly.
He can
16
get
back in the
assists.
day. He averaged
listen.
like
Yeah,
This is
like
15
what
points for Iggy
With
playing
a
with
jump
16.
shot, with a consistent jump shot.
yeah,
But
like
this is
he
what
can
I
get
know.
busy.
Iggy was doing
Listen,
better.
if Steph Curry not on that team, they're not a playoff team. If Steph Curry hurt on the bench, they're not a playoff team. If
True.
I
Clay
mean,
Thomas not on that bench, they're not a playoff team.
That's not the
Draymond could be
argument
on that
though.
bench.
that's
Draymond could be on that
that's
bench and they still gonna be a playoff team, bro. I'm
but
Yeah,
not
that's
but
taking
that's
fact.
away
That's
and
Steph
fact.
guess
That's
Curry
what?
fact.
When
and
Draymond
But
Green,
are they
Clay
winning?
Thompson.
But are they
oh, go ahead.
winning it though?
They
What
yeah,
team are they winning?
No, they're
they can
I
not.
win
I
still
without
think I
Draymond.
yes.
think
You
y'all are
telling
highly
me? You give me
underrating
listen.
what
You give
Draymond
me
Green brings to that
Iguodala.
team.
Listen. You give me Iguodala, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry, and you go back when KD was on the squad. Draymond could sit his fucking ass down. They still winning the ship.
He can sit down.
I
He
mean,
could
of
sit
course
down. They
they,
So
of
still
what
course
winning the
they
ship,
happened?
bro.
can
He
because you
can
had
sit
Steph
down.
Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. I mean, that's three players averaging over 20 points at that point in time, if I'm not mistaken. So of course, like that can that can be possible. But my thing, what I'm saying is, we can't say that it would not happen because that team didn't see success until all three of those guys were actually in the lineup. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, man. Man, it just I think you would have to replace him. I think if you replace Draymond with ZJ trying to hop in. If you replace Draymond, man, with like a LaMarcus Aldridge uh or like a Kevin Love, like a lot of times people think Draymond the only one that could have helped them win.
Yeah, but I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge is as good as Draymond defensively at any
No, but
point
I
in his
think that you
career.
ain't need him to be. Draymond impact is not that great on defense to me, man.
I disagree.
He's a dirty player
I
because
disagree.
Iguodala won the Finals MVP last year. Everybody was saying Gary Payton II and Andrew Wiggins was the best defenders. So really, and then when Draymond was left without Klay Thompson, it was him and Steph. They was missing the playoffs.
I mean, but yeah, we also got to realize that Draymond Green missed a ton of time that season too.
Well, yeah,
And
he
playing.
chose to sit out because he was saying, like, why would I average 20 and 10 and we just gonna lose?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not mad at Draymond for that. Like, I'm gonna get my rest if my stars are. Like, I think
I'm
we have
mad
to
at him. I thought his impact was that. Nah, bro, I thought his impact helps everybody. Matter of fact, I mean, you did say that you think he benefit from playing with Steph. So
No, 100%. I do think he benefits, but I also think that's because he's molded and shaped his game to actually be what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson needs. So that's why he's the perfect fit because that's exactly how he modeled his career.
Yeah.
And somebody in the comments say you put Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
And they probably matched the record that they had when they had the best season.
Definitely.
I mean, yeah, but Bam Adebayo is a recent player who's emerged recently. Bam Adebayo hasn't been Bam Adebayo for the long time that Steph Curry has been Steph Curry and Klay Thompson has been Klay Thompson.
You could have put a young Bam. It don't even got to be prime Bam. Because like 504 said, Draymond averaged a triple single.
Right, that's easy to replace.
But I don't think
That's
they need
all
him to
I'm
really
saying.
average
That's
more.
easy to
I
replace.
think the triple single and what he brings to the table is
You
exactly
can
what
put
they
Ben
need.
Simmons on there.
Right. Think about
I
it
do
like
agree with
this,
that.
bro.
I do
Listen,
agree with
have
that.
you ever watched the games that when they down and they need points, they need to come back? Who bring them back? Does it be
I think you
Draymond
could.
Green or Steph Curry when he come down there and knock 10-3 down in a row?
I think you can put the old Ben Simmons, not this new Ben Simmons for the last 2 years, but
No,
Ben
you can
Simmons
put a
back when
new
he
Ben
was
Simmons. He
playing.
averaged a triple single.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not
feel
the
like that's
same.
easy to
It's not the
replace, bro.
same.
Listen, any one of us can go out there and average a triple single, my boy.
Yeah.
I could
I can
take a
go out there
hard
and
foul. I could take a hard foul, get a rebound, and make one assist. That's easy.
Hey, look, 504. I can stop on somebody's chest.
Right. That's how easy it is to clip a motherfucker, talk crazy to the ref. That's easy. Fuck you, ref. You ain't shit. But I clap my hands and shit at the ref. I can raise the crowd and shit. I could do that, man. Come on, man. Anybody could do that shit, bro. Come on, man.
Oh man.
But he all right. Like I said, I'm not sitting there taking away from that. He ain't relevant. I just feel like he just over. They just give him more than what he actually brings to the table. He's overrated. That's how I just feel. He overrated.
But what are people saying that he brings to the table that he doesn't?
Yo.
Let's ask that question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Like,
just listening, y'all.
like no one's looking at Draymond like an elite scorer.
Bro. Earlier they were saying Draymond is better than Westbrook, bro.
Who said that?
Oh yeah, I wasn't here for that.
Yeah, the earlier live, that's what they were saying when I started comparing Russ to Draymond.
Nah, I don't think Draymond Green is better than Russell Westbrook. I just think he's a perfect fit for his team. That's a wild take, man. Anybody said that?
He was really saying that. But no, I see what you're saying. So why do you think what you think about Draymond though, like overall NBA list?
For the Warriors, he's a perfect fit, mainly because his ability to pass, and he is one of the best rim defenders. Like he's one of the best known defenders in recent years. Like I'm not like he's not really gonna lock anyone up per se, but like for him to be in the back,
Being versatile.
yeah, being versatile, being the anchor of a defense, like I think he's good. That's what he is.
Yeah, I agree with y'all on that. His game is, like he's Stephen Clay's
Like
guy. You know what I'm saying?
and like I heard you say it earlier, but like guys like LaMarcus Aldridge, as good as he is, he doesn't fit with the Warriors. The Warriors don't want low post dominant guys that aren't really good defenders. And LaMarcus was never a good defender.
I think Draymond is a mid defender.
I just think that Draymond Green, I think at some point was overrated, and now I think kind of people underrate what he brings to the table. But I do think he's lost a step defensively.
Oh, definitely.
Within the last 2 years, 3 years, I do think his age is starting to kick in. And I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to try to move on to somebody younger and similar. I think they're trying to shape Moody up to kind of be that guy. But I mean, I don't know. But I don't think that you'll ever get another Draymond Green. And I think that the big three that they have works perfectly and fits perfectly together. But him stepping on Sabonis' chest the way he did was some bullshit. Sorry.
No, that was dumb. And the Warriors fans are trying to defend it by saying he grabbed his leg. Like, he barely latched onto his leg. Like,
yeah, it was a crazy situation. I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to suspend him, not necessarily because of the incident, but because of his reputation. So, I mean, it's on him. He do dumb shit, get dumb prizes.
All right, sure. I'm gonna wrap this one up though.
All right, bro.
take it easy.